Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. My name is Devin Owens, and I'm here with the Garrett Music Academy's second vlog. Today, we're going to be talking about mixing a vocal. We're actually going to be launching our Audio Engineering Basics series very, very soon. It's in our virtual academy, and I wanted to give you all an idea of some of the things that we'd be going over. So let's dive right into it and take a quick listen to the vocal that we have here. This was a song that we recorded quite a couple years ago for Christmas.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
So I'm sure everybody knows that song if you've ever heard any kind of Christmas music. So here, let's take a quick look and see what we got going on here. So on this, we basically just have a vocal here, and then we have a song underneath of it. If you click on that button, you can just listen to the song. If we click on that, then we can just listen to the vocal. Okay, and that's basically it. So let's take a look at a couple things. What I always like to do with these is I like to get all the volumes adjusted. So right now, the volumes sound pretty good. I have this sitting at minus 1.2. This is sitting at minus 1.6. And I have this sitting at about minus 3 because everything was really loud when I first pulled this up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down to where it says plugins. And this is what I always like to do once I have my volumes right. Thankfully, I only have 2 tracks here, so that kind of makes getting volume adjustments easy. And I'm going to come in and just put in a channel EQ, okay? Sometimes it'll show up under recent here, but if it doesn't, then you can just go into EQ, click channel EQ, and then I'm going to make a couple quick adjustments here.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
All right, first things first, one thing that I always do right away is I put on a high-pass filter. Most of the time on this particular plugin, you have to click that button to turn it on. And then I'm going to go up to about 100 hertz, a little bit past that, I think, actually, and do that, just to get rid of anything that might show up in the bottom end. In fact, I can already see something coming up down here, so we're just going to try and get rid of some of that. So yeah, try and get rid of some of the low end. And then, yeah, then the next thing I always like to do is give a little boost around about 8K. That tends to make the vocal pop a little bit more. Now, the only thing is this is boosting a really large range. So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to make a quick adjustment to the Q here and make it to where it's adjusting a smaller range of frequency.
Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide carols being sung by a...
Great. And what that does is it sometimes makes a vocal sound a little bit more breathy, if that's what you're going for, but it definitely makes it pop in it, and you can hear it cutting through a mix a lot better than if you weren't to do that. So now let's go back to the beginning, and I do hear a frequency right around here that I'm not real crazy about, so I'm going to try and get rid of it.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide carol.
There we go. Yeah, there's sometimes little frequencies down in this range in certain vocals that you'll notice sometimes, and it's always good to try and get rid of them. Try and just put a little cut there with one of these bell EQs and see if you can cut it out. So cut it out. So that is gone, and now let's go ahead and pull up a compressor because I want to try and just bring the overall dynamic level down a little bit. So if we go into dynamics and click on compressor, then we get this thing here, and let's go back to the beginning and listen to that same section and try and just squash the dynamic level a bit.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos.
All right, sounds good. So yeah, basically what the compressor does is it makes it to where you don't have certain notes that are much louder than others. It just kind of makes all the notes when a singer, like a singer or any kind of instrument is playing or singing or whatever, it makes them all come through at around about the same volume, depending on how you have your compressor set.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Great, so I'd have to say that sounds pretty good. Let's actually turn it off and hear what it sounded like before.
Jack Frost nipping at your nose.
So I think that sounds a lot better. It just makes the vocal pop a little bit more, sounds a lot less muddy coming through in the mix, a lot better. And then the last thing we're going to do is just add a little bit of ambiance and some reverb to it.
By a choir and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe.
That sounds much better. Cool. So we've just added a little bit of, like I said, some ambiance and reverb. This is more like a room reverb, and this is just kind of a bigger sounding reverb. Sounds like you're in a big room. Anyway, so like I said, this just kind of gives you an idea of some of the things that we'd be going over in the Audio Engineering Basics class when that launches soon. Stay tuned for details on that. We'll have that up actually sometime within the next week or so. And I hope you all have a safe, happy week, and I will see you on the next one.
Yuletide cat.